compassion, right? Heart, caring about people, love, understanding, realizing we all bleed the same blood, so why are you an asshole? Why? Can anyone tell me? We all bleed the same blood, but why are people perpetually still stupid? This situation.
I'm racist!
You said what?
I'm racist!
You're racist?
Yes! I hate nigger. I'm a nigger killer. I'm so sorry about that. But
what?
I love your girlfriend because your girlfriend is white people. I love her.
What?
Yes, that's true. I'm so sorry about that because
Wait. I don't think you understand what you're saying. Do you speak English?
Yes, I am racist.
What? What the fuck? Bro, hell no. What the fuck is she saying? What? What?
Is the same as this situation.
Call him a child?
The fuck you talking
Did you
about?
call the child the word?
None of your fucking business.
It is my own business. You call him. Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again?
Fuck you.
Okay. All right, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people's shit, you dumb fuck.
Nobody dig into your shit.
A little fucking kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a... The little child?
What if he acts like one, he's gonna...
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old and the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech. And you can be recorded for that.
I don't give a shit.
Huh.
Fuck off.
Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you.
Now I know what you're gonna say. Oh, you can't compare the two, fat man. That doesn't make sense. I will and I can because technology is not an illusion.
You got dreads. Oh, you got dreads?
Yeah, I'm a nigga, man.
What?
Boy, I'm real nigga.
You a nigga?
Yeah,
Where you from?
from America.
No, you not.
Yeah, Los Angeles Lakers.
Come on, ladies, here. Sir, here.
He ain't a nigga.
I came out here. I think it's not
You the first Chinese person I see with dreads, bro.
because I like American culture.
So you not from LA? So you not from LA?
But I LeBron James fans, man. You like LeBron James fans?
You like Cristiano Ronaldo?
I know Cristiano Ronaldo.
I like LeBron too, though. I'm a LeBron fan.
Yeah.
So you never been to America?
Because I live DC. You know DC, Houston.
And some of you might not understand what I mean by that. If Shiloh Hendrix can say the N-word and Pierce Morgan can have this fucking lady on his show.
Would you want to support a white racist?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in a country. if you
That's
have...
fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say. Would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
I'm surprised Pierce doesn't know this because this girl went viral for doing that. You know, she's one of those people who went viral on Twitter because she's like a white lady who likes saying the N-word a lot.
Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke-ass.
The fact that Pierce doesn't know what his guests are
he's
known
on the
for.
other side. He's on the other side.
But no, he brings on the guests. So he has like people that run through their background and find out what these people are about.
They don't always know.
Well, that's the basics.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. You're perfectly right. He should have known.
Should have known.
But in reality, yeah, whenever you go to these shows, like, they know the gist of it and go. It's not everybody that read all the notes and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I do quite frequently.
You use the N-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist. Are you?
Some would say I am.
If you use the N-word repeatedly, you are a racist then, are you?
Myron's like, she's hot.
Sorry, but just to be clear, you just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be appropriate to use the N-word? When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care. I mean, why are we not talking about Shiloh Hendrix? Why are we talking about?
Well, actually, I think you've moved it on in this debate very quickly to your own which explains why you've supported her in public and why you've got all these views. You see no problem with a woman shrieking the N-word repeatedly because you yourself are a despicable racist. And you've just proudly admitted that with a smug grin on your face, which is pretty horrifying, actually, for most people to have to watch. And shame on you. You're entitled to do it, and I'm entitled to call you despicable.
Oh, okay, but she don't care. You can repeat it. She don't give a damn. Yeah, there's gonna be people. I'd rather like that. To be honest with you, I know it's maybe gonna be a hot take, but I'd rather see people like that, cause I know what the hell I'm dealing with, and I know what not to deal with that person ever. I know that. They post it. They say it. They like, this what I am. This what I don't like. They're not trying to please people, and then you end up working with them, and then you find out later, and then he been backstabbing you. No, that person is upfront. I'm not commending what she's doing or how she's thinking, but for my safety and for what I know, okay, that person is a racist. I know how to handle that.
I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly, and you will
well, go
not
on, then
have
say it. Say
you
the
will
N-
not have
Go on,
free
say
speech.
go on. Say the N word. Go on.
No. Don't invite. No.
No.
I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me, because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her for Ray to call me the N-word, because that's basically what it's going to be.
I agree with them. Yeah. I don't want you to start telling other people to call me a slur.
It's like,
because then I'm gonna look at you crazy.
Yeah, you're
I
crazy.
understand what Pierce is saying. He's like, oh, if you're really that, then just come out and say it. But
no, it's circus.
But no.
Just the fact that she say I'm comfortable into saying it, you don't have to say it.
There's a bunch of white people up here. You and one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word.
Facts. He's an Uncle Ruckus, bro. This dude, I've never heard someone who let it like throatily slip that they want to be white so bad, other than Myron Gaines.
I've noticed with black dudes, they don't like doing that shit. White guys, we're all like, yeah, well, I said we. Yeah, well, not
He's white, Justin.
Read the caption out loud.
The boys plus our token. Golly.
What the I heard that some of y'all were raising the salute, so I decided to come back.
Uncle Ruckus never slipped in his knife.
You know.
Maybe one time she was a white lady, her name was Roxanne.
And to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Pierce. I understand what you're trying to do. But we already know she's a racist. And I don't want to invite a racial harm to me.
I hear you, and I accept that, and we'll leave it there.
Shout out to Pierce. At least he accepted it. Okay.
And somehow push her to say the N-word, or try to say the N-word, my bad. When another black man is there to tell you, yo, relax, there's a lot here that you need to understand. Truly and understandably. Now, you're probably going to sit here and we'll say, whoa, fat man, that girl was from China and she didn't know what she was saying. She knew who IShowSpeed was. She knew that Speed does have a girlfriend who's Asian or white. I kind of forget, but hopefully if I can find the clip, I can show what she looks like, right? When he flips and she goes, Darren, which is Speed's real name, right? I'm going to be honest with you here. The Shiloh Hendrix situation of her disrespecting an autism child for, yes, taking one of those smashed up fruit little things for kids is like it's almost like juice or like applesauce. Her doing that showed me, and probably showed the rest of you guys, that people like her will perpetuate every stereotype that still exists in our society, which is racism and people being rewarded for it. I'm not talking about the give, send, go. It's being rewarded by social media points. The money is just a physical monetary thing. But even if the own website, from one video I'm going to show, the lady says the website doesn't support this, but something was taken, but she took it back, which is very weird.
You've probably all heard about this awful racist excuse for a human being, Shiloh Hendrix, who is requesting donations after she called an autistic child the N-word, doubled down, continued. She is a disgusting human being. But anyhow, as of right now, after she did that, she has made over $551,000. There are that many awful people out there. But I want to talk about the company that she is requesting this donations through, because according to their own terms of service, that bitch should not be getting a dime. First of all, according to their own terms of use, campaigns that are racist are not permitted. This is a racist campaign. She is a racist, disgusting woman. They also claim to operate with a mission to share hope through crowdfunding inspired by Christian values of compassion and generosity. Is calling an autistic child the N-word over and over again and being a disgusting, vile, racist person within your Christian values? This campaign needs to be taken down immediately, and the money needs to be given back to the racist assholes who donated to it. Also, Give, Send, Go is on all the platforms, so go let them know what you think about them allowing a campaign like this even. Humanity is lost. I am absolutely disgusted. The fuck?
She says in the video, the kid took the object. And I'm going to pinpoint the video. I'm going to pinpoint exactly what she says. And I'm going to play it for you. And I'm going to play it for what she says and how she says it. That pisses me off. Here you go.
That little kid, you call him a nigger?
Yeah.
The little child?
What if he acts like one? He's gonna.
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child, 5-year-old, a nigger, the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act.
That's
like.
what you.
Right there. Right there. It's right there. If he's going to act like a nigger, I'm going to treat him or call him like one. What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? I'm going to be dead ass you. What does that mean? Because he stole something, you're going to call him a nigger? All right. I get it. I'm black, right? I get it. I have a black character on my shirt. This is one of my own characters, right? I'm going to be frank with you right now. As a black man, I've heard a couple people, one person who wasn't white, say some racist shit. I've heard Mexican niggas that I worked with be racist to me, and they spoke Spanish. And a homeboy I knew who was Jamaican, who spoke multiple languages, told them, yo, relax off my nigga. He understood them because he spoke Spanish. He told me, yo, bro, you gotta speak some Spanish. These niggas is cutting your ass. They disrespecting you. Like, they being mad racist, bro. Like, on some real shit. And I'm like, okay. They don't got the balls to say it to my face. I've learned in my life, being 32, mind you, that niggas will never say it to your face because they pussy. What happens now when the internet, not just the president, but other people think it's okay to say certain things to push the line? What I mean by push the line is perpetuate racism, bigotry, and disrespect. She disrespected an autistic black kid. She disrespected this child and called the child the N-word because she said, I'm going to treat him if he does things like a nigga. Stealing? Everyone steals. Black, white, Spanish, Asian, everyone steals something. But the fact that you said, if he acts like one, I'm going to treat him like one. Bitches, you stupid. Bitches, you dumb. Bitches, you smoking, sucking dick on the side. Bitch look like a crackhead. I'm going to be honest. The conversation around this is, once again, technology. You have a miniature computer in the size of your motherfucking palm. It is 6 o'clock in New York City. You telling me you have all the technology at the spawn of your fingertips and you choose to still be racist? She looks like a crackhead mother. She's a criminal, by the way. She has a criminal record, all this other stuff, right? And that's not even just being a criminal, having a criminal record. It's the fact that you chose to be a racist, bigoted bitch. It's going to be easy for me to throw out insults. It's going to be easy for me to do all this. But probably for the rest of you guys, you're going to be like, well, fat man, yeah, it's easy. But that's not the point. That's fake, dumbass. That's not the point. You got to think for a second, right? The point is to still be racist in this modern time, to discriminate because of skin color, to discriminate because of facial features, to discriminate in general is just kind of weird. I tell people, it doesn't matter the year, people are still going to discriminate and hate. But the fact that you breed that discrimination, you have to look at it from a context of understanding. If someone hated white people for the way they looked, dressed, the way their skin was, the way their people just blah, blah, blah. If someone hated those people, you would call them a racist too, right? There's tons of black people that take the same inspirational hate that white people projected onto this land and make them hate them. It's like if Native Americans grew up hating everyone on the land. Black, white, Asian, Spanish. It's like if Native Americans said today, I I hate all you people. I don't give a fuck who you are. Fuck all of you. We wouldn't like that. We'd be like, why you hate me, nigga? What did I do? I didn't take this land. Them niggas did. The same conversation of hate and using hate as a strong word, right? My mother's taught me this growing up. Hate is a strong word. You don't hate nobody. I don't know her. I don't know what she's been through. I don't know her personal problems. I don't know anything else besides the video. But you can see that she spews this hatred rhetoric and things that I've kind of seen along my life. And what are those things? Hatrism for a person's skin color. Calling someone a nigger just because you feel that they're acting in some way that you've been taught. She's been indoctrinated. She's been brainwashed by whatever she's gone through to project that push. And she feels so comfortable not getting any backlash besides people doxing her, doing extra shit. I don't really care for that. I don't care for doxing. I don't care for none of that. Even if she is a hateful, evil person. But other people will perpetuate to find this person and teach them a lesson on pawn society.
Nigga.
No.
Nah, you just said it. You just said it for no reason.
Nigger. Whoa! Mom, you heard that?
Yeah, I heard.
Give him a whooping. Give him a whooping.
No, you do it. You do it.
Hey.
Come on. Come on. Get him hard. Whoop his ass.
Good job, guys. Good job.
And I can understand that society's not gonna like what the fuck she's doing. I can open up the book of dumbass and it says hating one because one's skin is part of the indoctrination. That's a bar. That's a bar, dog. Think about it. To hate like this means you have some sort of brainwashing to fix in your life. And this just goes for the Asian girl in China. She knows who ISO Speed is. She knows about his girlfriend. She has technology at her fingertips, bro. And you talking about, I'm a nigga killer. I'm not gonna chalk any of this up to just plain old ignorance, because ignorance is you choose to stay dumb. You choose not to have the knowledge. You choose to sit there and be a fucking idiot. I'm trying to look at my camera to make sure it's not getting out of focus, in focus, blurry focus. It's weird. You choose to sit there and lock yourself in this brainwashed box that the internet and other people have told you about other people, but you haven't experienced life and grown. And you keep perpetuating stereotypes. Yeah, we all do it. It's funny in comedy. It's funny in this. Some stereotypes make sense. Some don't. It just baffles me. It shouldn't, but it does. No matter how much society will low-key progress in tech, but it's going to degress in people's knowledge and information and understanding. Compassion, right? Heart. Caring about people. Love. Understanding. Realizing we all bleed the same blood, so why are you an asshole? Why? Can anyone tell me? We all bleed the same blood, but why are people perpetually still stupid? Stupid isn't the word. Choose to be in this form of hatred. Brainwashed. Right? Why? And I shouldn't use the word stupid. I should just, ignorant sounds better. It still means, ignorance means you don't have the knowledge. You should fill yourself in on it. Maybe she hasn't met all of the right people in her life who are black, that people that care. So, look, I care. I have my own kids. I have my own life. I do this, right? I've met tons of black families because my whole family is black. I met other black people, white people who only care about their friends and family and put niggas in their places and say, yo, chill out, my guy. You wilding the fuck out, right? And that's it. When people talk about ignorant people, this and the rest of the internet is what I think of. It's the same thing when it comes back to the anime community. I've talked about this before. You can go watch that video right there. I've talked about this before. When you can perpetuate hate just because of this, you're the problem. It's you. It's not me. I don't even know you. But you perpetuate the same rhetoric and idiotic energy the same people before you have represented. When I was sat down and watched Sinners, the movie understood a lot of things. I'm gonna say two things, but two things mainly was it was the Jim Crow era. It was slavery is abolished. Black people still had to pick cotton for daily quotas, and Al Capone and the growth of crime in the industry and everything was growing at the time. And especially in the Prohibition days when alcohol in this country was a different level of what it is now. It captured a story and was able to tell said story upon racism, division, and being divided. Especially when it came to the Irish character. When it came to racism, he didn't understand that where he came from because he was like, look, it was all love and good energy over here. But when he came to America and saw the hatred for the Irish, blacks, Asians, whoever, he's like, I just want love and I'm going to go down there and kill the Ku Klux Klan member. It talked about community, right? We're all in the same thing together. She's poor as shit. The lady over here behind her is like, what the fuck is going on? This lady's racist as hell. And you can feel that through tension in said video. And look, I'm probably not the best person to say this, right? Oh, I am because I'm black. But I'm not going to sit here and just draw hate. I don't hate this woman. I dislike everything that she's been taught about black people. She has been given the same pullback rhetoric and brainwashing as every other white person in America, every other person around the world, same as the Chinese girl. And once again, we come back to the Chinese chick as, oh, well, Darnell, she's from China. They're not racist in Japan and China. They are racist in Japan and China. You just don't get it because you think that they're not racist. They don't know unless someone informs them. All of the propaganda from the US went across the seas to other Asian countries about black people, and it perpetuated from this racist land. America, white people look good for some reason, but then they look bad in history books for lots of reasons. But black people look worse when it comes to Japan, China, the stereotypical way characters look. I personally say this, the way we were perpetualized and projected across this world isn't fair to us. It's not. We're savages, we're this, we're that. And I liked it when Nick Cannon said this. The true savages were the ones who kidnapped black people from their homes, dragged them across the ocean, and made them slaves and made them build this country. Nick Cannon wasn't wrong. Regardless, yes, people will say, oh, but black people had slaves in Africa. That's not the point. That's not the point of the argument. You're trying to deflect. The same way they were trying to deflect the man who recorded this woman, because the same dude who recorded him, they're like, oh, well, he's a felon. He's a pedophile. Wrong. He's not a pedophile. You push the goalpost to leave from the conversation. People do this tons of times. They move the goalpost away from the actual argument to pinpoint and say, oh, well, but, no. You're moving the goalpost. That argument has nothing to do with this conversation. This dude that was recording, basically, they say he was a pedophile. There's a video from him.
Hi, my name is Sharmake Beyle Omar. I'm the guy who recorded that video of that racist woman that was insulting a 5-year-old child at the park here in Rochester, Minnesota. May I remind you guys, I have a clean criminal record. I've never committed a crime in my life. I am being punished for standing up, speaking up for a child. My address got leaked, my phone got leaked. I'm getting death threats by the minute. I have 4 children, the youngest one on the spectrum. He needs to go play outside every day. He can't anymore. So, doing the right thing gets you punished, and doing the wrong thing gets you rewarded. Make that make sense, America.
And here's a clip to like his history in this country and whatever the fuck, right? His record was basically chopped off. Like, hey, he's not a pedophile. But people chose to latch on to that as an argument because, well, let's just say here, they're okay with her racism. Which means they're okay with indoctrinating their kids, friends, and family into the same racist everything. I don't do that. I don't hate on white people. I don't hate on anybody else because hate is, once again, it's a strong fucking word. I dislike the bullshit that people do. You do a lot of bullshit, it's gonna come back to you. It's like if you're an asshole. I don't care if you gay, trans, non-binary, this and this. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. She's an asshole. Racist asshole, but an asshole. I don't hate her. I don't like assholes. And you can already see just by the way she is and how she looks, she stinks. I can smell the fucking ass on you. Like you smell like shit. You know what I mean? You present yourself in society like shit. That's how you move. Copy. And Abba and Preach, there's a couple clips from them, and here you go.
Not fucking that with someone else's dick. It's just that the racism that we have right now, the racism that we have right now is very, we don't know. It's like, I'm always like, am I sure? It's always speculation. Now I know. It's clear. That person is like that.
So you see somebody racist, and your first thought is, oh, I'm just glad they're open about it?
I'm just glad. It's crazy. There's nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? But at least they are exposing what they are. I don't want to have to deal with someone like you don't know you're doing service to someone and you're like, you're interacting with some people and you're like, you're unsure about that person, but you cannot really, I can't pinpoint it.
But you understand that's all you said. All you really just said right now is, I'm glad that she's out and she's saying what she's saying.
I said, at least I'm glad that she's out.
But you've not said anything else about the
No,
topic.
I said, I'm not happy that she's doing that. There's nothing much
Okay.
What are you getting at? I'm not understanding.
I just think it's interesting that you're seeing someone who's unabashedly racist and out here endorsing the idea of calling a young kid, a 5-year-old, the N-word a bunch of times. And all you really had to say so far is, I'm glad she's open about it. That's pretty much most of what you said.
Yes, yeah, that's pretty much what I said. But I mean, of course, c'est sous-entendu que it's not good. Of course, it's not a great thing. I'm not happy that she did that. It's crazy that she did that, but she did something that's not legal. Legally, you can't do much about that thing. It just goes back to, I'm probably the problem, to be honest with you. Like, it just reminded me of how things were back then. And when I was playing it, like when you were playing in the park, you would encounter these people. Like you would encounter these people, and you would go in a park. You would be groups apart, and then there would be altercation with people that didn't like you because of the way that you look. At least either not to go to the park or at least fight back. But that's when we were kids. Things kind of change while being an adult, and I wouldn't even know how to handle that. I don't even know how to handle that. I'm happy I know where to stand. That's the thing, is that there's been so many years that you didn't know. You're always like, you're claiming something and everybody's saying like, no, it's not that. And you're like, no, I'm pretty sure it's that. I got signs, but I can't clearly tell you, but it's really the feelings that I got. I'm not saying I'm super happy about what she did. Again, I'm just saying that, well, that's clear. We have that clarified. This is happening. That little boy, it's really unfortunate that it happened, that a little boy has autism. Unfortunately, he's going to be live and you're going to encounter people like that. It's really unfortunate. It's really bad. But you know what? I don't have an answer to this.
At least he accepted it. Okay.
At least.
She said something. I said, hold on. Let me just make sure I got her words right. I want to play it back.
I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly.
Okay. You should be ashamed. Shame is not a bad thing. Not always. You should feel shame. You should feel shame for looking at a 5-year-old who went through your diaper bag and then calling them a bunch of slurs. Absolutely. The idea that this is somehow some kind of virtue is crazy. I don't know. Twitter is basically the place where a bunch of adults go to be edgy teens and essentially use every slur in the book because they think it makes them cool, and they talk about like it's a fashion of free speech. Listen, I have no problem with people wanting to be able to say these things anywhere they want to say them. Fine, say it. But don't act like it's some virtue that you're saying it all the time. No, you just want to be edgy and you think it's cool to be yelling slurs every single day, every minute. That's all it is. Now, going back to the original lady, right? When we were talking about the topic of shame, the idea that she's going to make $500,000 from this incident and everyone supporting her. These are a lot of the incidents that make me super comfortable with saying I will never be a conservative in my life. You will never. Ever. When I'm seeing all these conservative creators donating to her thing, talking about, oh, we just want to be able to take our place back. So growing up for me, a conservative person embodied a lot of traditional values. They embodied the ideas of chivalry. They embodied the ideas of being well-mannered, of being God-fearing, a lot of these good things that I thought in a lot of ways could be very good. Okay? And we get to 2025 and it's just like, say the most offensive things you can at every point, have the biggest potty mouth possible. If you get a chance, yell at children and call them all kinds of slurs. It's so bizarre to me how much that is flipped, right? They used to say the irrational crazy ones were the basically SJW types, and now you have grown women yelling at 4-year-old slurs because they went through a diaper bag. It is crazy how things have changed. But then to have conservative creators in mass defending a lot of this nonsense, it's just like, oh yeah, that's why I'll never be anywhere near this shit. And for all the people who will be like, oh, you guys are the dumb, you will have to be a fucking idiot to sit there alongside these creators who basically look at you as third-class citizens. You know what? I bet you anything if these motherfuckers have to be a fucking idiot to sit there alongside these creators who basically look at you as third-class citizens. You know what? I bet you anything if these motherfuckers were still in power, they keep you Negroes as slaves. That's what I really believe. Because the way that they talk about y'all is nuts. And they don't even do it in hiding. You know, watching Myron sit up there and talk about, oh, you know, we have to take back our country. And then having the white supremacists look him dead in the eyes and be like, yeah, but when we do, you means you got to leave.
Myron, you were in MySpace the other day, and I said, you know, you're doing a great job calling these Jews, but, you know, if we take this country back, we want it for white folks. And would you go home? And you said, I was born here, and I'm not going anywhere. And this is where I think the problem is with working with non-whites is that once you think you help us, that you're just going to stay in our country. Do you still stand? Why do you Browns think you could stay in my country? This is the issue with whites working with non-whites.
We're over here talking about a problem, then you bring it right back into, you know, this whole white thing. Like, dude, shut the fuck up.
This whole white thing is what built...
Why would I ever?
And he's still trying to defend it.
And he's still trying to defend it. It's like, they don't want y'all there, but y'all be begging for scraps. It's crazy. So... this kind of stuff, when I see the whole GoFundMe, all this other stuff, it's just more reason to stray away from all these conservative folks because you recognize that a lot of the things that they embody don't have space for people that look like me. And I have to say very clearly, they're going to say otherwise, they can yap about it, but until they start condemning the people who say all that nutty shit, I don't want to hear it. Until I start seeing creators on that side of the spectrum coming out and actively speaking about that, the way they speak about fucking blue-haired feminists that nobody really cares about, I don't want to hear it.
And I know I'm not trying to stop racism. I'm not trying to stop the perpetual push of all of this, right? It's like Myron Gaines with his bitch ass. He's just a fucking Uncle Tom, and it shows. I sit here on every level as a strong black man who's married, who will one day have a family of his own, sit here and say, yo, the world is idiotic. And people sit here with this level of racism or hatred in their hearts, but they don't know why they hate. Because they're fed and indoctrinated into that hate. Like, if you think about it, if you fed into this hatred of other people because of skin, there's a problem with you. If you fed into stereotypes, some may be funny, some are not, because into comedy, that's different. But if you're fed into this and you're spoon-fed stupidity and you never once picked up your phone, took something from school and jacked into the net and did your own research, you would sit there and realize, hey, everything I've learned is a lie. It sits on the precipice of my own life being a lie. And this hatred doesn't come from me. It comes from the people around me. It comes from the people I surround myself with who hate others. I don't hate my country. I, as a black man, feel sorry for those who don't look into the history and says, hey, what this country did, a lot of fucked up shit, it can be better. Built on top of immigrants, which those who came over from Christopher Columbus, because those are definitely immigrants, you came over on a boat. Regardless if you were sailing the oceans to go to India, you came here on a boat and conquered this country through the means and the diplomacy of everything we've laid out to the foundation of it. Now, you can look at it as immigrants did build this country. Yeah, white people did, but immigration built the rest of this country's foundation from food, culture, music. Come on, my guy. Sitting on the precipice of all of this, same thing with China. China was built by Chinese people, yeah, but you can sit there with all your access to the outside world that you say, well, fuck America, fuck this, fuck that person, but you sit there, one girl sits there choosing to hate and say she's a nigger killer, but has the access, it has the means of getting past China's walls and looking into the histories of the internet and realizing why racism is bad, to be prejudiced. Come on. Live on the precipice of people sticking to hatred like this girl, sticking to weird verbiage. That's why I Show Speed was like, you don't know what you're saying. Do you understand what you're saying? Like, do you comprehend it out loud? She doesn't. Now, I don't wish that girl any hate. I don't wish this lady, well, she's already got the hate. I don't give a fuck. No, this lady's stupid. But I don't wish that Asian girl any hate. I wish for better education and learning. And no matter what, I get it. People won't educate themselves. They won't. And I'm not telling people to go out there and do that. I'm hoping and wishing for other people to pick up and think about it. If someone hates you just because they hate you, come on, think about that. Is that not what you're perpetuating? If someone came out and said, if somebody came out and said the same rhetoric, what she said to black people, to I'm a chink killer, that is crazy. Sorry, I used the word chink, I'm sorry. But you gotta be real here. It's like perpetuating hate sucks, and those who don't understand it is gonna plant the seeds of hatred across the internet. Twitter is the breeding ground of this. Instagram is the breeding ground of like horny extras. And Threads is corny. And Blue Sky is kind of trash. So I'm gonna be real here. When people put the stack of hate on the table, they don't understand what they're filling their minds with and filling the world with. They're filling everyone up with this perpetual line of hatred, and they don't understand why. Which is weird for me, honestly. I don't understand. Maybe I do. I don't get hating somebody for just their skin. I could dislike people all the time, but I hope to say all these, I hope everyone just, you got to grow. Eventually you're going to get old, you're going to die, and there's going to be a black person, Indian person, another Asian person taking care of you and realizing who you are, and your life is over. I don't give a fuck about the money that was donated to this woman. It just perpetuates another false reality that people will choose a side of this autistic child stole something. Yes, it's up to the parents to reprimand that child, but to sit there and say, well, that child is bad and they're the N-word. They're a kid. Their kids can be ungrateful. Kids can be selfish. Kids can be these things because they're kids. They don't know any better until they know better. That's it. And even until then, move forward. I was a kid. I understood better because I was taught. I got it from movies and shows. And being a parent herself, she's going to perpetuate this hate and push that on her child. Kids hear everything you do. Kids hear everything you do. You think they can't hear you? They can. I've heard everything that friends and family were saying and doing when they came over the house. So I understand what's going to happen with this child. She's going to teach that hate without even trying to. And then he's going to get in big fucking trouble one day. And I hope to God that this kid don't grow up hating. But it's this mother's responsibility and duty to not perpetuate the things that she was born with and indoctrinated in and going to indoctrinate her child. It's a bad breakdown. The same thing goes with some black people in America. Whatever happens in this country, we can choose to get up and fight and keep moving and be better. But there's going to be, the system to bring us down. But that just is what it is. It's an ever uphill climb to figuring out how to be one instead of hate each other. Once again, it's like the same line. I think I love when people say this. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Think about that line. We are all born not having worst enemy. You would have to go out your way as a person to create your worst enemy. Like a supervillain almost, right? Think about that. The average everyday person doesn't have a worst enemy. You don't. You don't. Somebody has to go out their way. You have to go out your way to create that person. You have to intentionally try to create that hatred in someone to be an enemy of you. You know what I'm saying? This woman just made an enemy out of the internet and tons of people that have her license plate, her name, everything about her. Personally, that's not my life. I can't help that. You know what I'm saying? One day somebody will look at me and be like, well, I don't like him. I said, cool, you don't have to like me. You can keep on flipping through the internet. That's it. That's how life is. But people don't get it. And as I talk, you won't get it. But let me know what you think in the comments below. It's your boy Fat Man. Thank you for coming to Not Holding Back. I wanted to tackle this conversation because It's one of the hardest conversation to tackle, which is not just racism. Well, racism is part of it, but it's how racism still breeds hatred in our country and maybe around the world. Let me know what you think. And oh yeah, I know with the whole I show speed clips with the mom, like, yeah, go beat his butt. But even with that lady, the mom used the N-word too. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's so weird. It is so weird to still live in a world where people think it's okay. Like, yeah, they're like, oh, but black people use it all the time. Black people don't use it in the same way you do. It don't matter. It don't fuck you. This is what it is. But let me know what you think. Do you believe racism in this country can be stopped? Do you believe a woman like this cannot pass down the hatred and volatile racism that she was indoctrinated in? Do you believe other people do have the time and effort to pick up their phones and do their research? Let me know in the comments below. It's your boy, Darnell Live, coming to Not Holding Back. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, be notified. For me, remember to never give up, never surrender. Peace, and I am out. Oh, and please don't be an asshole. You know, it's May, motherfucker.
Shit. Getting bit on drum. You little niggas gonna stop acting like my shit ain't the grill. Some of you niggas get your front teeth for grills. And I ain't talking about the contract.
I ain't loving these fake hoes. Room smelling like 8 switches. Room service like 2K. NBA, I'm ballin', nigga. All them niggas falling like all them niggas. Talking shit, I saw them niggas. Now they daughter want a picture. Rough, ain't it? Fuck famous. Yeah, niggas too real, got the most haters. Wrote a story, so Stephen Curry. How it feel to be golden.